50% of marriages end in divorce. It can rip a family apart, and often the ones that suffer the most are the children. As we all know from the news recently, one example is the Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt split. They've been going through a really high-profile divorce and custody battle where Brad has limited access to the children. Joining us today to discuss how to minimize the damage of divorce is licensed clinical psychologist and author of Collateral Damage, Guiding and Protecting Your Child Through the Minefield of Divorce. Dr. John Chirban joins us, and using the Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt example, because it's so high profile, what is the impact on those kids?
Well, we want to take into consideration the fact that 1 million children in America each year suffer divorce. And for children, it's really a place where they're pulled out of the core of their life, out of the center of their life. And the two major fears that kids have, one is that the family is over, and two, that their childhood is over as well. It's done.
But I'm assuming one of the reasons you wrote the book is that there can be a much better way to do it.
That's right.
Let's just say parents are out there watching, going through a divorce or about to go through divorce. What can they do? What steps can they take to minimize the impact on their kids?
First, attune to the child. Each child experiences divorce in very unique ways. Each divorce is very unique. So what has occurred for this child, and then understanding what the needs are. And the second is the emotional piece. You know, we all have emotional minds or emotional brains, and we could be functioning not rationally, and oftentimes that's lost in the process, and that's also true for the child. And the third, I think I would identify it as the parenting. Children need parenting. They need structure. They need guidance, and we know that authoritative parenting, supportive, strong parenting is best. Often children find parents exiting from that responsibility and that role, and even though they might look like the splitting is fun and they're getting a lot out of the, let's say, the extra goodies, long-term, it's really diffusion. It's really confusion.
It sounds like that's the time to work extra hard at being a super parent.
I think you're right. When the child gets pulled out of life through a divorce situation, they often lose their road and their path, and they often lose a sense of their direction. So really providing a path and a direction and enabling that child to claim his truth, claim his purpose, live his life, and really experience that trajectory, I think, is our responsibility.
So it sounds like if you really focus on the kids, you can provide some stability through this whole process.
Absolutely.
I really think that's what it's all about. Dr. Chirban's book, it's called Collateral Damage. It's available now in bookstores, and everyone in our audience is going home with a copy. I really appreciate you coming on and talking about this important topic.